So this is CXView3, that's your acquisition software. This is what you're gonna see, all right? So to log in, we've removed the password. So you're gonna log into the OP mode. There's also an admin mode that you're not gonna have access to. If the facility wanted at some point, we could add individual users, like if they wanted to know who was using the equipment, although you're a small facility, so it's not like the doctor wouldn't know, he's in the room with you. But you could add individual users with different passwords so that you'd know you were the one that did this procedure, because it would be under your name. So anyway, so we're gonna use the OP mode. We have no password, so we're just gonna hit login. Okay, now there's some like demo patients in here, so I'm gonna remove all these before I go today, but this is kind of good because you get to feel for what the database is gonna look like. All right, so the system, once you log in, it will load you straight into the database. All right, so you're gonna see this big patient list here. From here, let's just ignore all the other functions, we'll go over those later. Let's say you start the unit up, you're ready to go, you want to start a procedure. Okay, so you can ignore this whole list. You can say, all right, let's start an exam. We've got a chart. We can pull a patient ID, patient name, birthday, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see. Actually, let's use like.
Can I ask a question already?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay,
No
so
problem.
he doesn't usually put all that in.
Okay.
Just.
Then that's easy.
Okay.
So here's, come here. Okay, so here's what you're gonna get. So we can enter all this stuff. We'll go over this later then. We also have a quick exam.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think you're gonna come back Thursday and train with him,
Mhm.
so I'm
Yep,
sure
so I'll
he
be
would want
back
to see
tomorrow
that, and
morning
if he
and I'll
chooses
show
to
him.
do it, then.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's my thought, is that I don't want him to think he can't do
Right.
certain features. It's up to him. He'll know everything that you can do, just like the low dose mode and all that. If he wants to use those things, he can use them. You'll be trained on how those things work. I will leave you a card so that if you're not totally
Yeah.
sure, you can call me at any time. You can call me in the middle of a procedure. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good to know.
That is-
We got a patient on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens more often than you would think, actually. So I'm gonna put these cards here right now. That happens often enough, and a lot of times it's simple things that you just need to get through real quick, and I'm here to help you get through it real quick. Very rarely is it a problem where like, oh my gosh, the system's down in the middle of a procedure. Usually it's just like you can't remember how to do something, or it's a hiccup and it's not working right, you need to work around. So that's not a problem. That's what I'm here for. So, okay. So we can go to a quick exam. So we can start an exam, that'll give us this patient information like registration window. Or if we hit quick exam, it just starts a
You're
patient.
just ready.
Okay. So what it does is it creates a patient, like an ID number and a name, and what it does is it just bases them off of the date and time. So it's like 2017, 11, 08, 07, 53, like the time's off on it. I'll reset that too. But basically it uses a time and date stamp down to the second so that they don't repeat, and then it just creates a patient. So if you're not worried about having a database of all your patients, we do it that way. All right, so now we're in a patient file. So we walked in, we pushed the power button, we hit quick, we logged in, no password, hit quick exam, brings us right to this window. So we're ready to go. It's like you've been here for 3 minutes, you're already ready to, you're ready to go. You haven't even had your coffee yet, it's just a mess. All right, so you're ready to go. All right, so from here, we can start fluoroing.
Okay.
Okay, so we can take an image, we're good to go. Realistically, that's probably how it's gonna work on a day-to-day basis, is you're gonna wait for the doctor to walk in, you're gonna start going. Okay, there's some other stuff in the software, I'm gonna explain what it does so you know what it is, and even if you don't remember exactly, when you see it, you can think, yeah, okay, I know to ignore that, or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, so from here, probably the most important thing that you can do while you're in a study, okay, is that we have these profile presets, okay, and they're mapped to these F keys down here. So spine, angio, okay. So this system, in its default profile, is exceptionally good, and you can go from taking doing fluoro on a wrist to doing like a spinal shot, and it will give you a very good image, okay? But if you find you're doing a special type of procedure or something that the image doesn't quite look right, we can create preset profiles and map them to these keys. So like, you know, if your spinal procedures just don't look quite right, or you're doing something specific, or I don't know, shoot. I'm not really sure. But like we could create, basically I can create a profile for anything for you. So that's something that the doctor might like to see, although the reality is that in the default mode, the way that the auto brightness control works on this system, it's very good. So you're probably not even gonna have to adjust it. You're probably just gonna take an image, it's gonna give you what you want, you're gonna move on, okay? But if you do have issues, or you know, you find that like when you do a cervical or something, I don't know, like it's really washed out, we can't get it right, we can make a profile that basically will change the image quality adjustments so that it'll maybe bring that brightness down, okay, in that specific profile, because you don't want that everywhere, but you want it when you're doing a certain specific procedure. So we can add like a cervical, and you push F6, and then it just looks real good, and then when you move on to the next procedure, you just go back to default. You just, so that's something to keep in mind, even if like maybe we don't do that for months from now. I can always remote into the system, okay? If you can get me some sort of network connection, if there's ever an issue or you want me to make a profile for you, I can remote into the system from my house in Pennsylvania, and I can make adjustments. You can test it out and say, yep, that works great, or nah, it did not quite right, make some more adjustments to it, and then we can go from there. So really, same thing with like, I know you don't really save patient files and stuff, but like if you lose a patient file, or you accidentally like you know, have patient records that are like overlapped in the same file or something, those are easy things to correct, and I can do them remotely. It's pretty simple. So basically what I'm telling you is there's nothing ever to really get worried about. Give me a call, and I'll either walk you through whatever can happen, or I'll remote into it and fix it with you, no problem, okay? All right, so we probably should acquire an image of something, just so we have something to manipulate. You just kind of like maybe just put something